Hello, welcome to this video on sway testing, muscle testing yourself, kinesiology. Okay, now this is one of the first things I teach in my healing sessions online and at my Heal Yourself to Happiness retreats and at my workshops because personally I think it should be taught in schools because it's so life-changing to be able to communicate with your body, with your subconscious, or with your higher self, however you look at it, yourself. Now, most people are familiar with kinesiology, which is commonly used to identify allergies and food intolerances. And it's used with the muscles. I mean, you're testing the muscles of the body, whether they're strong or weak. So this is the basics of kinesiology. But you can do this for yourself. Which saves you all that time and money and effort and everything else. So muscle testing yourself is a really, really good skill, but the very first step is something called sway testing. The reason I start with sway testing is because it's easier to get a clearer response. And then once you're confident with your sway testing, you can move on and try some muscle testing postures or techniques. So the way it works is when it starts off with everything being energy and that we are energy, all aspects of our body are made of some kind of energy. And when positive energy or divine truth energy comes in, expands. We expand with the truth. We expand with positivity. We expand with love, whichever words you want to use to explain this. But we expand with the positive. Obviously, expansion is positive. We're trying to expand our consciousness. So expansion and growth is all positive. So when every cell of our body fills with expansion, then this is a positive. This is an affirmation. This is a positive response. On the other hand, the opposite, if we have negative energy coming in, our body tends to contract. Now, if you think about it, it's very logical. You know, when you're thinking positively and you're in love and everything's flowing and you're expanding into who you really are, we tend to be like this, open like this. And those people that are unhappy or depressed or not open to their own universal energy, they tend to be a bit more like this. Okay, so we can see that the expansion and the contraction in people's bodies. And also understanding that everything is energy. So it's like food as well, cleaning products, cosmetics, words, music, literally everything is energy, and we can use our bodies to measure or to work out if the energy that's coming in is positive for our energy or negative for our energy. So another example to help you understand what I'm going on about is if you walk into the kitchen and someone's cooking a really healthy meal, okay, and it's one of your favorite healthy meals, you walk in and we tend to instinctively go, and we tend to instinctively move towards the beautiful smell. Now, on the other hand, if you walk into a room that's just been fumigated or they've just cleaned the floor with bleach or fly spray or whatever it may be, you know, we often walk in and then immediately we and we make this movement away from the smell because our bodies instinctively know that it's toxic for us. So our bodies instinctively know when something is good for us and when something isn't. So what we're doing with the sway test is we're just taking it a little step further and helping you really understand. And this can be life-changing on so many levels. Now, one of the first things I'm going to do to you is just help you get a clear response. And then I want to show you how you can use it with food and cosmetics, because if you just eat the foods and beverages and just use the cosmetics that test positive for you, this will be life-changing in itself because it can help clear up all sorts of digestive issues and all sorts of other things. I mean, the beauty of the sort of energy work is that you don't even need to know how or why. You can just enjoy the benefits. Okay, now for those of you that struggle with balance, okay, we're going to take it nice and slowly. You do need to be able to stand up to be able to sway test. If you are unable to stand up for whatever reason, then please check out a later video that I will do on muscle testing techniques that you can do while sitting. Okay, so for those of you that are ready to stand up with me, we're going to stand in, if you're a yogi, we're going to stand in Tadasana. Now, a lot of people consider Tadasana to be the standing pose. For me, that is really doesn't do it justice at all. Tadasana is, in my opinion, your first step to total balance. And we know that balance and harmony is the ultimate aim of all healing activities. So, Tadasana. So stand up and have your feet shoulder width apart. You can have your knees locked. If that's uncomfortable for any reason, you can just soften your knees. Your arms are relaxed by your side. Your shoulders are relaxed. Okay, your shoulders are relaxed. And you're facing forward. Now, what I would like you to do while in Tadasana or in this posture, your spine is straight. And I want you to put your attention on your feet. And I want you to feel the weight of your body evenly distributed on both feet. And so I want you to be able to feel your toes on the floor. And I want you to be able to feel your heels on the floor. And the balls of your feet on the floor. And really focus on your feet enough to see, are you putting more weight on one side than the other? Most people do. And so this is why I say Tadasana is more than just a standing pose, because it really is the beginning of understanding your balance and understanding how your posture is. If you are putting more weight on one side than the other, then this is great that you've identified it, because you can start doing something about it and evening out, equalizing the weight on both feet. Now, just taking a nice deep breath. This will be easier if you close your eyes. If you're wobbling around, don't worry, you can keep your eyes open, but if you're not, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath and let the breath come all the way down to the belly. Feel the belly expanding with that breath. You might need to take a few breaths to really relax into it. And you should be able to feel your chest expanding as well with the inhalation. Now, what I'd like you to do while we're here is I'd like you to focus on your next inhalation. I'd like you to focus on expanding your back so that you can feel your rib cage expanding 360 degrees around your lungs and your heart. Okay, one of the reasons that people are focused too much on the future is because they breathe only into the front of their bodies. People that breathe only into the backs are usually occupied with the past. We want to stay very much in the present. So one way to do that is to feel your whole rib cage expanding 360 degrees around your heart. Keep that breath nice and long and slow and deep. Now, if you close your eyes and just relax your body completely, you will probably feel that you are actually swaying around already. This could be with the breath. You might find yourself swaying a little bit forwards with the inhalation as you take in that fresh air. You might find yourself just swaying a little bit backwards on the exhalation as you exhale the old energy. So what I want you to do now, just to make sure that your responses are really clear, I want you to just lean forward on purpose and just feel your toes activating. The muscles in your toes are activating. It's basically to hold yourself up. I mean, this is what the muscles in our feet do. They activate involuntarily to keep us upright. Okay, so we're just going to put that to the test. So we're just going to lean forwards a little bit. Feel the weight of your body going onto your balls of your feet and your toes. And your toes are activating to stop you falling over. Okay, we're going to do the same backwards as well. Just go backwards and you will feel your toes lifting and you will feel the heels of your feet taking the weight of your body. Okay, so to really get a clear balance, we can just turn to one side, feel the weight of your body on the sides of your feet and then on the other sides. Okay, now back to center and completely relaxed. Completely relaxing your body. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed as well. We can start with what we call a base test. So you just want to say your name. You want to say, my name is, and then say your complete full name. The name that you usually use, the name that you identify with. So I'm going to say, my name is Deborah Jane Sutton. And you can see that I moved forward there. If I go sideways, you will also, maybe you can see it more clearly. So my name is Deborah Jane Sutton. Okay, and I went forward a little bit there. You can then say a fake name to see if you go backwards or not. Now, it's not about how far forward you go or how far backwards you go. I tend to go quite a lot now because I'm very practiced in this. But if it's your first time, the movement, you might not even be able to see the movement, or you might not feel it that much. But the point I want to make now is it's not about how far you go. It's about you feeling what a positive response feels like and feeling what a negative response feels like. Now, when you use a fake name, be careful not to use a name that you know, like your best friend's name, or something like that. Because when you say your best friend's name, you're going to instinctively fill up with love for that best friend. And if you fill up with love, that's going to give you a positive answer. So when I say a fake name, I mean a complete, John Doe fake name. And then if that name means anything to you, use a name that means nothing to you, so that you can test the negative. Now, one of the other things we can do, because words are also energy, and one of the things I love sharing with, especially in my yoga classes, is I want you to feel the difference between the words I can and I can't. Because it's very interesting. If you tune in, you should be able to feel yourself expanding when you say I can, and you can feel every cell of your body, your muscles, everything contracting when you say I can't. Now, obviously, you need to put a little bit of feeling into this. So think of something that you can do that you're proud of, and then just hold yourself up nice and proud and confident, and we can just say, I can do that. And you should feel yourself going forward. And on the same note, we can also think of something that I can't. I can't is a very negative phrase. It doesn't expand you into anything. Obviously, it just reinforces resistance. So I can't do it. I can't do it. And then you will probably go backwards. We're going to try again with other words to try. Of course, love and hate. Okay, I tend to find that hate is really quite harsh. As soon as you start getting the energy of that word, letting it run through your body, just talking about it is making me go backwards now. Love is an unusual one, because if you do struggle with loving yourself, and if you feel a bit of a challenge around the word love, then you may not expand into it and go forward. But if you are on your path and feeling love in your heart and in the world around you, then you can try with love and hate. Alternatively, we can quite simply practice with the word yes and no. So close your eyes, put your attention on your feet, relax your shoulders, take a nice deep breath, and say the word yes, yes, yes. Which way are you swaying? Okay, let's try the same with no. No, put a little bit of feeling behind it. No, no, no. Which way are you swaying? Okay, so there's lots there to practice. The difference might be really, really slight. As I said before, it's not about how far you sway. It's about you feeling the difference within your body when you have a positive and when you have a negative. So now I want to move on and start. You can do this in your kitchen now. Go to your kitchen and take some food items and some beverages, and we'll have a little test of these energies and whether they're good for your body. Now, you don't even have to use the product, to be honest. You can just bring the product to your mind's eye or the word. But if you're a beginner, I suggest you actually get the product. I'm going to start with a fresh orange from our orange trees. Okay, so you can hold this to your heart, relax your body, take a nice deep breath. Is this orange good for my body? Okay, that's good because we eat them all the time. Now, I'm going to try something very obvious. I've got a packet of cigarettes here. So if you have any cigarettes around you or anything like that, you can try it with cigarettes, okay? So I'm going to hold it to my heart, take a nice deep breath, and I'm just going to ask, are these cigarettes good for my body? And then you can see I'm going back. If you want to make it more clearer, you can make it clearer. Take a good smell as well. If you stand like this, go. Sometimes just smelling the product can help you see how your body reacts to it. And the other one, and I don't want to do any injustice to any companies, so I'm not going to name any companies. But here we have instant coffee. Take a nice smell, relax your body, take a nice deep breath, make sure that you're in the meditation zone. I can smell that from here. Okay, so you can see other ones that you can try. I've got here a cosmetic, which is one of these vegan, plant-based, toxicity-free, expensive cosmetics. So I'm just going to hold this. So, is this good for my body? Yeah, that feels really nice. I can feel, there's a lovely feeling coming from that. Okay. The other thing that you can try, which I think is really interesting, you could try with your mobile phone. Okay, so you don't need to listen to other people about the energies from mobile phones. You can just hold it to your heart, relax your body, and just ask about, is the energy of my phone good for my body? Now, I'm not going to do this now. I actually will test quite neutral for that because I have a shungite crystal right here, shungite crystals. Okay, you want to Google that, I'll put a link underneath. Because these shungite crystals are amazing at annulling the negativity of mobile phones. So don't take my word for it. Take your mobile phone, hold it to your heart, relax your body, take a deep breath, close your eyes and ask, is the energy of my mobile phone good for my body? They're all different, of course, and we're all different. So this is a good reason why you can test yourself and you don't have to rely on anybody else. If you do go backwards with your mobile phone, check out the link below and get yourself a shungite crystal. Okay. I hope that's helped you. And if you have any questions, send me a comment, or you can send me a message via my website at www.deborahjanesutton.com. Thank you very much, and bye for now.